Hi guys, hi ladies, actually, because I hope you don't think I've forgotten about you. So sadly, I don't have the handsome and charming Mr. Smelly with me for this particular video, and I do apologise for that. I had to let him go back to the Playboy mansion. So it's just me, ladies, but I have got for you 5 beautiful fragrances that will work perfectly for the office, pretty much any kind of work scenario really, but got the office still in mind. So these ones aren't mega cheap. There's two actually. There's two really cheap ones, two middle of the road, and one quite pricey. So hopefully there's something for everybody. Starting then with, and these aren't really in any particular order. I've got a scenario or a situation in mind for each fragrance. So I'm starting off. I've just got the decant here, and this is Love by Chloe, not to be confused with Love Story or any other love type fragrance by Chloe. It is simply called Love by Chloe, and this for me is a perfect office fragrance for perhaps a younger girl. I would say maybe 30 and under, but anyone can wear this. It's just slightly playful and kind of fresh and a little bit outgoing. I've got some notes. So it was released in 2010. Notes are orange blossom, pink pepper, iris, lilac, wisteria, hyacinth, heliotrope, powdery musk, talc and rice. So I mean, that's, for me, that's a fragrance made in heaven anyway. I really love powdery fragrances. I love the note of rice. It can be very beautiful, very milky. Orange blossom is one of my favourite florals. You've got pink pepper to give it a little bit of spice. But really, how does it actually smell? Because there's a hell of a lot going on in there. And I don't actually like hyacinth. I don't recognise hyacinth in the fragrance, so that's good. So basically it smells like a posh soap. It smells like luxury makeup and a very expensive talcum powder. If you imagine the florals that you get in those types of things, it's like that. It's just really smooth, musky, powdery floral, but it's definitely a young, kind of fresh fragrance at the same time. All of these fragrances will give you a full day's wearing, so that's why they're in here and are great for the office. So that's Chloe Love. Next one. This one's a little bit more, if you're trying to go dark and mysterious and interesting, but without being overtly over the top, this one is really, really good. Versace Crystal Noir. So I've got this little miniature. For all I know, this is potentially vintage, so it may well not be quite the same as what's in the shops today, but I don't think the changes probably aren't that much, because what I've read on Fragrantica, people aren't harping on about reformulation, so that's a good sign. So Crystal Noir is by Versace, and the perfumer is Antoine Lee, who is the chap behind Etat Libre d'Orange. As we all know, a very famous niche house, very out there, very crazy. But this is in 2004, quite a long time ago. Antoine Lee is also responsible for Armani Code. He's had some Burberry fragrances and some Comme des Garçons, among tons of other stuff, so he's quite prolific. In Crystal Noir you've got gardenia, amber, musk and coconut. I get a musky sweetness, coconut. I also get an incense which gives it that kind of dark, mysterious feeling. I also get pepperiness and a sweet, sort of smoky resinous, but it's still not heavy. It's quite transparent, even though it sounds like it might be a heavy fragrance. So I think it would work really nice in your office if you're trying to make an impression or stand out from the crowd. Perhaps you've got an important meeting. Don't overspray, because I guess then it could be a bit too much, but I think it's a fragrance that's going to have people remember you without being offensive or just, you know, too much or inappropriate for the office. I think it's a really good one. So moving on, this is a nice cheap one. So the last two you could get for about £30 to £40 a bottle, and upwards depending on the size that you go for. So they're a kind of normal designer price range. This, however, Jill Sanders Sun. This is a 75ml bottle. I paid about £15 for it in a set, and I also got a shower gel. I think that was it, yeah. But yeah, you can get this, I've just seen it online for £16 for 75ml, so that size. And right, let's tell you what's in it, what's it all about. So it came out in 1989, it's been out a bloody long time. The perfumer is Pierre Bourdin, who has done loads for niche houses, and loads of loads of other stuff. I didn't write down what he's done, but the name's really familiar, so I'm sure you know. In Sun, you've got Orange Blossom, Iris, Ylang Ylang, Heliotrope, Carnation, Vanilla, Tonka, Cedar, Benzoin. So, first of all, Sun, you might think it's just going to be a fresh kind of dies in half an hour fragrance. You are wrong. The base notes tell you all you need to know. Vanilla, tonka, cedar, benzoin. Those notes will hold onto that fragrance. It sticks to your skin like glue. It gives you more than a full day's wearing. It is excellent. But how does it smell to me? I have written down bright, fresh and uplifting. When you first spray it, it's really, really uplifting. You definitely get the orange blossom, but you also get citruses, lemons and limes. But there's kind of something a little tiny bit peppery, but not a dark pepper. Just like an ever so lightly peppery kind of spice. There's sweet resins, clean soapy musk. The musk in there is beautiful. It's so clean. That's why it's so perfect for the office. I mean, it's great for the office. You can spray because it's so cheap. You can wear it every day if you want to, and you know, at that price it's great. It's clean, it's inoffensive, but it's pretty, and I think you're never ever going to offend anybody, which is what you want from an office or work fragrance. I think it's amazing. For the price, it's brilliant, and I really don't understand why people don't harp on about Sun more than they do. So moving on, so Sun for me is an everyday office fragrance, not necessarily just for as the name suggests, summer. It definitely works all year round, and I would say that that's just a really good go-to to smell clean and fresh, and yeah, just a nice, easy to wear, easy to reach for. So this one, the next one, is if you've got a crush. Have you got a crush on a guy at work? Is there someone you're trying to catch their eye? Well, maybe you can't catch their eye, but maybe, just maybe, you could catch their nose. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about wearing a Choco Musk from Al Rehab. So this is my bottle. I believe it to be a 50ml. You used to really struggle to get the actual perfume. You can get the perfume oil very, very easily on Amazon and eBay for a couple of pounds, literally £2 for a 6ml roller of oil. Now the oil's great, and I think in actual fact the oil might be better for a work environment because you don't quite get as much projection as you would from alcohol-based perfume. However, I think this is great if you go just maybe 2 or 3 sprays absolute max. Otherwise it might be a little bit cloying to some people, and maybe it might not be considered that appropriate because, you know, you are going to smell of chocolate, and maybe everyone will stop work and try and eat you. It's that delicious. I wore this a couple of years ago when I worked in retail, and I had the security guard literally follow me around the store, not because he thought I was stealing, but because he loved how it smelled so badly, and I ended up writing it down for him so that he could go and get himself some. He was clearly a guy who liked his food, we'll say no more than that, so he was really enjoying the beautiful chocolatey-ness that is Choco Musk. So how does Choco Musk smell? It is very simple. It smells of a really lovely milk chocolate with vanilla and It's warmed up just a touch by some spices, but this is not a thick and cloying gourmand, not in any sense. It's actually quite transparent. I'm really not enjoying very thick and syrupy fragrances at the moment, and I'm kind of going away from gourmands, but this is a gourmand I can wear right now despite the way that my nose is behaving. So it is certainly very wearable, and it's very seductive and attractive. So bear that in mind. If you want to attract that guy or girl, then definitely wear it to the office. If you don't want everyone following you around and trying to eat you, then maybe leave that one alone. But anyway, I think it's great, just don't overspray. So that leads me to my final one. Now this one is my super professional, grown up, mature, clean office scent. This is the one to wear to the job interview. This is the one to wear to the meeting when you need to get the deal. This is the one to make everyone realise that you are the boss and that they need to do what you say. But I'm not talking about like a powerhouse, you know, red dress, big shoulder pads. I don't mean it in that way when I say. What I mean is it's just extremely professional, no nonsense. And what I'm talking about is called Teint de Neige. It actually means colour of snow. It's by Lorenzo Villoresi. That's the house and that's the name of the perfumer. So it is a niche to my understanding. And this is a creamy and musky, soapy. It's like if you took Chloe Love, that I spoke about at the beginning, and you gave her a promotion and 10 years life experience, that is what you get. Teint de Neige. That's what I'm trying to say. Chloe's a bit younger, maybe a little bit more flirty, a little bit more innocent. Teint de Neige is grown up, mature fragrance, but not old fashioned, not in any way. So it did come out in the year 2000. It has notes of jasmine, rose, ylang, tonka, heliotrope and musk. So you can see there's a common theme here. They're all a bit powdery musky, because I think that clean powdery musky thing works brilliantly in the office for men and women. What I get is literally like a creamy, soapy, powdery floral that just gives off a more mature, sensible, not to be fucked with fragrance. This is the most expensive that I'm telling you about. £62 for 50ml and £92 for 100ml is the cheapest I can find it with a quick search online, and that's Beauty Spin. I don't know about prices in the States, I'm afraid. I'm not doing my research brilliantly. But so yeah, that's my number one in terms of the most professional of all these fragrances. But they all have their place, and sprayed in the correct ratios, I think they all do wonders for office fragrances. So thank you very much for paying attention. I do appreciate you watching. If you've got any fragrances that you would like me to talk about, or if you want to tell me what your favourite fragrances are for the office, I would love to hear. Thanks guys, bye. Thanks ladies even.